a happy hoarder here, and I have a really great surprise today. I bought this house. I found it on YouTube, and I've always wanted to do a house, like a haunted house. And these kits sell at Hobby Lobby, and they never go on sale for like 109 plus tax. And I did pay up for this because someone had already built it. But I knew I would never get around to building it. It would just be in a box. So that her efforts in getting this built was definitely worth, given paying the paying the construction fees. And then my son had to bring it from Austin. So it was a lucky find. And as much as I really wanted to do my own, one thing about this is that the inside's not done. So that'll be great. I want to thank Stace and I want to thank Nancy for jumping in. And in this house, it's really the wrong color. I want it more of a gray with a black, but it's really kind of blue. I don't know if you can tell, this is sort of a bluish, we can tell maybe on your screen. It's a little bit of a blue gray, and I do want to kind of gray everything down, but I'm going to do that simply by a wash, and I'm going to kind of keep the blue gray that it is. And I do want to get rid of all the pink for sure, because she does have a lot of pink on it, but I love this. And I really can't do a good close up on some of these. Well, I don't say how much I can carry my thing around, and we'll try. But I loved how she had already started by adding all the little details for the stuff growing out of it. Some of the things are not quite in the proportion that I want it to be, but I've been looking for stuff to add to it. And I have a lot of interesting pieces. Like, for example, I'm going to pop this off now since I've got it here. I don't really like this gigantic sunflower. That's pretty huge. I don't think a sunflower would be growing here anyway. And I have like a big flower over here. So what I've done in the past couple of days was to go through my hoard of all things miniature, and I have a lot of dollhouse stuff, so I'm going to be pulling some stuff in to show y'all and some of my ideas. Remember what we talked about, Phil? About being quiet. I hear you. My husband in the kitchen making noise. So I had to do it in here. This is in my foyer and is going to live in my foyer. So this is the Allison Jr. by Real Good. I don't say it's Real Good Toys. I forgot the company. It's called the Allison Jr. and you can find it at Hobby Lobby. So check it out. And it's pretty big. And what she did, and I would not have done this. I think had I built this, I would not have done some of the details that she did. She broke out windows. I don't know if you can see it right in here like that. She has taken out these windows, which I love because I would have checked it out. I just couldn't have done it. So I'm really excited that is why I bought it. You know what I mean? That little bit of extra effort, I definitely want to keep. So I have some much other things, which, just overall distress, but the windows like really sealed the deal for me. Because I was like, yeah, I don't know if I could do that. So I'm going to pull out some stuff that's on the front because when I turn it, I don't want things to fall. So little things I do need to do is get a doorknob. I can't believe these don't come with doorknobs. They don't. You have to buy all this extra stuff. That is not really an accurate door. So I need to either be, oh, you are. I know. Yeah, I was talking to the manager. The manager actually walked by and I said, does the miniature, do the miniatures ever go on sale? He said, I have been here 7 years and maybe one time. So I really hate that they don't do their 40% coupons anymore, because then I could have bought one piece at a time. Then that would have been great. And I don't think Michael sells miniatures. There is a place in Shreveport, and it has been there for so many years because it was there back when I lived in Shreveport, in Bossier. So it's been there for 30 years or so, at least. And they do sell dollhouse furniture and dollhouse kits and all things dollhouse. And they sell dollhouse. They buy dollhouses like from estate sales, and they do a lot of stuff like that. So I may go check them out next time I go to Shreveport. I found this little, okay, if you've been to my videos in my house, the weird stuff I have, my staircase is just full of weird stuff. So I had this on my staircase. I had other little bicycles. So one of the issues, which we're going to talk about, is the size of things. Just because it's little doesn't mean it's the correct proportion. And this is a 1:12 or 1:1. So 1 foot equals 1 inch, or they also call it 1:12 ratio. So I did find this, and this is the right scale. It's like it's a kid's bike. It's too small for an adult. It's for a kid. We'll just say, yeah, it's way too small for the adults. I thought I had a tricycle. I do have a tricycle, actually. Oh, I have a tricycle. Okay, so one of the things that I can't find right now is a bag of stuff. I was going through Christmas ornaments and I was pulling out things that are like miniature Christmas ornaments that are like dollhouse stuff. Hey, thank you for joining me, Mike. I appreciate that. So we got Stace and Liz. Hey, Liz, if I didn't say hi to you. And hi, everybody. And so people keep forgetting this part, but Nancy and I together are doing the miniatures. And I've been making some miniatures for my dolls and things like that. And so this was really something I was excited about being a part of. So we are co-hosting that challenge coming up. That's not until May. So I got some time. I get to work on this. Now, one of the things I want to get this down before I turn it around. I really wanted to put something up at the top. As you can see, we've got the, I would say a widow's walk, but it's really not. This is just like a roof garden and maybe a widow's walk up here. I don't know. But I had seen this kind of thing. I found a dollhouse greenhouse that was metal and glass. And I thought, I think I've seen those kind of things at Hobby Lobby, and they were on half price. So the one I saw was like $120, and I got this one for $20 because it was on sale. So this was what I'd like to put at the top, but it is huge. But it's huge in that I could put some really cool plants in it. And look, it's already dusty and dirty. It's already ready to go. But I had this one as well, which was a project for my miniatures. Anyway, I know I had to keep getting up because everything was out of range. I do have this one that I could finish out, make some kind of doors, a lot of work. And what I thought about, that's $20. That's going to be a lot of time, me just fixing this up the way I want it, but I haven't ruled it out. But proportion wise, it is kind of cute. I'm going to get it up there a little bit. So I paid like $1 something for that. And I kind of like the little one versus the big one. So I may take the big one back. So if you have an opinion on that, let me know. Or I may just keep the big one and make another little thing like I did. So the miniatures that I did from the things we found at Michael's at Indiana Jones, and I found there's that furniture. It is, I have no idea what scale, not even 1/30, maybe 1/24 or one something else. I don't know, some made up scale. It's not a true scale, so it's kind of hard to work with. So the doll's house looks really very similar to the one that one of my, oh, really, Mike? So I will tell you this, and I'm going to be talking more about her. If you have not followed the Bentley house or ever seen her, she did the Addams Family house. Now, she does miniatures. Got to watch her. If you're participating in the miniatures challenge, or Tiny Treasures challenge, it does not have to be dollhouse furniture. Please don't think that. But this is what I have a passion for. So she took this, which is the Allison Jr., and I think she put the country house next to it to make her house expand. So I was actually looking at the other house that she kind of used, or adding another house to this to expand it over here. So I'm making a big house. But yeah, I don't know if I want to commit to another couple $100 on this. So just saying. Now, wait, was something on the front? Oh yeah, that. So I want all the fragiles off. So I'm going to pull some things off the top. These are things that I had. So I had this little brass bench. And these are things that I had thrifted, guys. So I had this. I had these two of these cute little chairs that have like a little porcelain seat. Oh, I don't have the light on. Ah! Hang on a sec. I really tried to hook this up for y'all. Is that better? So I had this little porcelain chair. And then I had this bench that are made out of brass. That's brass. Yeah, probably brass. Anyway, there were two of the little chairs. So that's a kind of cute little setup. Also, I broke his arm. I was bringing him in the house. I dropped him because I drop everything these days. But I broke his arm. But I definitely have to incorporate a skeleton because he really is the right scale. I also found an ornament when I was digging through ornaments that is a little desk, but I don't have a bench or anything to go with it. So I have to do some making. It's a schoolhouse, but maybe a kid would have it. I'm just saying, I have a lot of extra stuff that I might not use. Now, what I did, hang on, where's my guy? So if you're looking to do a dollhouse and you're on a budget, because that's the third in my life, I do everything on a budget or cheap. So I was looking at the dolls for the dollhouses. And what I found that these are the same dolls that they use. This is an ornament. So I started looking up ornaments. So So these are porcelain ornaments that are exactly the same as the dolls that they used to make. And I like the fact that these are older, like in the 80s, and I'm going to repaint them. Since I was going to repaint them anyway, strip them down, make their own clothes, I jumped on these because I thought that was perfect. But the other thing that I have some little of these kind of dolls. Just need some clothes. Could make my children out of these, or just make dolls out of these, because proportionally some of them are really tiny. But these could be dolls for my dollhouse, especially this one. I have some other dolls that are vintage, that are painted, and those dolls are like so expensive. I have to dig those out another day. I just couldn't get them out today. Anyway, this is one that is a really awesome one. Definitely got to figure out a way to incorporate her into it. And then I had this one. This is, like I said, more of a doll for my dollhouse because the proportions are like 10-9. So those are some really cool finds that I had. And so this has been fun. Because I've been able to do all these that, anyway, getting back to Mike real quick about your doll, your friend, someone who has this house. Is it furnished? Does it have, kind of tell me something about it like that, if you can. If you want to come on, I could send you an invite because I'd love to know more about it. So let me know. But I love to see she's got like holes punched in the roof, things like that. It's perfect. And I'm telling you, I would not have done it. I would have freaked out before I could punch a hole in it. So I did look at some other dolls that I had. Some are too big. You can tell the proportions are way too big. This is an angel, but she's actually the same exact proportion, so I can just redress her. So it turns out, got some dolls to live in my house. One thing I thought would be really fun. Whoa, there goes that one. I guess I just broke her. I did. I broke her. See, I've been dropping stuff as part of the fibromyalgia. I can't hold anything in my hands. Still, case in point right there. My hands won't hold a clasp. I don't know what that's about, but I dropped stuff. I broke my phone. It's been hell. Oh, it's been hell. Not real worried about it. Her head broke off, but I'm going to put real hair on her anyway. We'll try to hang on to things a lot tighter. This guy has a hat on. So I did pick up another character because I want to do a Christmas house. And this is a wizard, and he's really too big. So I don't know. I've only seen it through the window. Yeah, that would be great. Oh, that is so cool. That his friends hadn't seen the thing. So anyway, Santa, and maybe because he's kind of big. All right. Normally I did look at getting a Lazy Susan to put this on, but the one I found was really small. Don't drop anything because I got stuff in it. Oh my gosh. And I thought that'd be so cool if I could spin it without doing this. The one thing about my house is it is a split level, is you will be able to see the house on the other side. And that's gonna be fun. I also want to light it. That's another fun thing. So I've had this house thing. I mean, I've had a lot of stuff for many, many years, even since I was a kid, but I actually got this to go in my I had a log cabin, and I ended up selling the log cabin because I never did anything with it, but I'm a little bit more determined this time. But I had this little cabinet. So it's good scale for these dolls. Let's see. Oh, I have children that went with my set. I don't drop them. Little winter children. Got little gloves. Now, the ones with the gloves, I think I'm going to get another set that don't have gloves. And try to do something with those. Anyway, so now I have my birdhouse that I got recently at that estate sale. I'm going to keep my dead bird at the bottom. It just makes sense. I had had this bed for years and years and years. I just need to get some better stuff for it. So it's a little brass, brass plated probably. Perfect for this house. And then I have a lot of china, which I hate to touch because, you just saw me drop my doll and break my doll. And then I have furniture like this. It is not period. And I'm struggling with what to do about that. How I can make it look more period. I can actually add some stuff to make this look like more of a washstand. Maybe. I'm thinking about it. So one thing I did buy was more like materials to add to dolls. I also have things. This is kind of big, but this was by Melissa and Doug, and it's broken. I'm thinking I can fix little nuances like that. I can knock all of these off and just put beads here, weird little stuff like that to make it work. But in reality, this one's kind of big for this house. I also have other things that are not in scale, like this tiny chair, tiny, but this could just be a doll chair. I'm scared to touch anything. So that could just make this a toy chair. Yes, I just love my little chair. I do kind of, when I buy stuff, I end up with a lot of extra parts. So some of these extra parts I can maybe find a use for. I also have a lot of this like miniature stuff. I was kind of, one of the things for my woodworking friends, oh, my lighting is now really bright. I had a bag full of stuff that someone, thank you, Nancy. I said, we'll have to catch the rest. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you for stopping by. So I found all these pieces that someone had turned and just never finished. And this is like a little vase, and they used, I don't know, something round for a handle. And they made like, this is really out of scale. This is more Barbie scale. So see where I'm kind of running into scale issues. So this was pretty big. That isn't big for Barbie, but I have this like, I say it wrong all the time. Mortise and pestle. Words can't even. So a lot of the stuff that I ended up with in that pile are more Barbie scale. But I just kind of wanted to pull them out because they're really cute. But I just love them because they were turned and they're just adorable. I mean, look how cute that is. Some kind of handle that they used on this. So I have all these wonderful pieces. So even if you are not into the whole doll thing, you may want to turn some little bowls and little pieces like this. But I think this coffee pot's kind of in between. I probably will use this coffee pot. I might. I think I have a coffee pot. I do have a coffee pot, so I might not need it. But yeah, this is some cute stuff. Some little bowls. I also have a little basket full of little eggs. Is somebody turned? I don't know. And I do have these good plates, but the plates, again, I make nice chargers. They didn't use chargers back then. They would probably serve Barbie better. They're kind of small for Barbie's hands, though. They're really big for these dolls. So one of the ones that are kind of in between scales. They have a lot of weird miniature stuff. Like I have a horn that I've never opened. So please don't drop this, Jerry, you klutz. I've had this since I was a little bitty girl. I mean, little bitty girl. And I've just cherished this little glass thing. And it's ruby glass. You can't really see from where I am, but I can see through it. So I can see how clear it is. It's beautiful. Thank you. And I don't know if you saw, I have kind of like a chamber pot up there. Nope. Take that back. I have a wash stand, not a chamber pot. I find the weirdest stuff. This is a little pine straw basket that someone made, or seagrass. It looks like pine straw to me. But yeah, this spring look signed. I find some cool stuff. She's got that eye for cool stuff. And so while I was like looking through my hoard, I had this in one of my, this teeny tiny rolling pin was in one of my shadow boxes or printer's trays. So I had picked up things like this over the years. This is all thrifted. Yeah, so I got this, and I think these are the ones that come from Hobby Lobby. So I had that, and I have copper, so I don't know which one I would have used. This piece right here, I probably won't use. I just have it in here for now in the kitchen. It's a placeholder. This is a Melissa and Doug piece. So it's just cute to have. Got a kitchen. So and then I had this ugliest sofa ever. And would you believe when I was looking for chairs and other pieces of furniture, I found the chairs that go to this. And I don't want to get them because I was going to recover mine anyway and make it darker. But that is such a cute piece. And I had chairs already, so I had to just spend the money. And then this is an ornament. So that was what's weird about that bag of stuff. I have a bunch of ornaments in it. I want to say I have a violin in it and things like that. I got to find that stuff. But yes, there's this. I actually have another violin somewhere. Let me think about it. Yeah, I'm sure I do. So that's really cool. And that's good. And that keeping that in the living room. Now my stairs, she had not put the stairs in properly. And really, you shouldn't put the stairs up until you have your wallpaper up. Now this house has no wallpapers. Yay, get to do that. That's coming up. And I noticed that when she had put the stairs together, she really had not put them together properly. There's a trick to doing stairs. I don't know. So I do have to put like a base piece on it to kind of flatten, get all the bottom straight. And then you can't put the railing on until you get stairs on because the rail is, it's so hard to get them flat. Oh, don't even go. It's just a nightmare. Making these not as easy. Typically, they lean. So I think she made, so I could look at it, she made this. These are off. There's like you're going to trip going up these stairs. Yeah, so I had these little chairs, and these are the chairs you always see advertised, and they're junk. I mean, those look so good when you see them. They're like really fancy chairs. They're really junky. Yeah, and like you see glue seams. So little things like that I need to touch up. Yay, fun stuff like that. What else do I have up here? Oh, I had like a spinning wheel. Now, one of the things I had, and I can't find, I had 2 of these chairs, and I used the books for that other project I did. And I can't find that other chair, but it's too tall. So I'm going to have to cut all the little legs off for my table. And I also have a spinning wheel, which was an ornament, I think, or something. I don't know. So I have a spinning wheel, but that is one massive spinning wheel. It'd be nice if I could make that thin and pretty. Just the wheel. The rest of it works. It's supposed to work, though. That's the sad thing. You're supposed to be able to push it, and it works. It just gets out of line. Not that you could spin anything on it. But it's cute, cute, cute. Another thing I want to do to this room is to add a ladder so that you can get up into the top. I also have this chair, which is really awesome. But it's kind of big. It's really big for this house. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I had a rocking chair, but the rocking chair is too big. So that's where this box comes in. So I'm so excited about all my stuff. That goes to something else. Finding furniture for your dolls. I have a very modern furniture right here that I just really can't use. It's just ultra modern, kind of 80, 90, 70s. I don't know, something in that. I don't know why they sell this. I don't know why they sell grass tied up. Not only that, it's $4. It came in a goodie bag. I wouldn't have bought it. So I have this little piece that is also by Melissa and Doug, but the little legs are missing. Yeah, so I have furniture this size, and this is a weird size. It's too small for Barbie. I mean, and it's too big for, obviously, this house. But this is a lot of my other stuff that I had that was turned, and I wanted to show that. I had some, and then I have like, I have like this kind of stuff, but it's too big. It's weird. It's like it's for like porcelain dolls. It came in porcelain dolls. I do want to wire my house, and I did get some wiring with some of my goodie bags, so I've hung on to that. I do a really cute tea set, but it's more Barbie size. So this was just my box of weird stuff. And then I had this. This is actually too small. This is almost like Calico Critters. Speaking of Calico Critters, since I purchased this, I just sell my Calico Critters because I can't do them all. But yeah, I found all these. I don't know what this stuff is, some weird thing. So I found these awesome bowls that someone had turned that I just think are so cool. Look at these. These are pretty much 18-inch doll size. So I kind of want to do, these kind of miniatures. And this, wait a second. I didn't think, oh my gosh, it is. Look at that. It's a picture and bowl set. I didn't think about that until now, obviously. And I love this. This is like a little canister set, but it had a price on it. So I don't know. It says Art Woodcrafters on it. But this is like a little kitchen canister, but it's too big really for Barbie. So it's kind of too big for Barbie and too small for 18-inch dolls. So I don't even know how it goes to. So just more of my little fun finds. Basket. I mean, you see my big basket of fun finds, but there's more. Oh, but there's always more. So this is some materials I bought at Walmart the other day with big plans. We'll talk about that in a second. So in going through my ornaments, I had this little bag of ornaments. And for example, this is not the right scale. It's way too small. But, I mean, this is kind of Calico Critter scale. And as far as that goes, so is that bike. But I do have this cute little wagon. I would pull the bears out and get rid of the Noel on the side. So that would be really cute to have with that set. And then I just have a bunch of those little bears in that bag. Yeah, so this is not really the scale I wanted for that. Too tiny. Yeah, I'm still wondering what to do with this bike because I like it, but like for a kid, but I don't know. Kids ride those bikes. I think I'll find my tricycle. I think my tricycle is in that set. This is another set. Once again, the wrong scale. It's really maybe Barbie kind of esque, but look at this. The little things don't line up. He painted that. So I was going to repaint it. Well, if he shipped it, it'll line up, but it just won't sit lined up. Isn't that cute? But yeah, way too big for this house. Just way too big. Barbie-esque. And then talking about being out of scale, you would think these were good, but no, they're not. They're way too big. When you sit somebody down, their little feet dangle. And so there's my two chairs. You can kind of tell how they sit. That I would have to cut the legs way off to make it work, and that's going to look weird. And I didn't want to repaint them. So I think these are going to go on eBay. I had this rocking chair. I was like, how I know I have a rocking chair? It's too big. Once again, weird scale. So these are also, all of these are kind of scaled alike. So that's a cute little rocker, and I really thought this chair was going to work. Oh, really? Like the house in Beetlejuice? Wow. Oh, I love it. Oh, yeah. It's going to be a haunted house. Oh, totally haunted. Yeah. It's going to be kind of dark academia, but with ghosts too. It was going to have people and ghosts. It's going to have a really good ghost out there, the one with a broken head. So I thought I could do something with this one, but it's kind of like that white chair up there, a little too big, kind of outscales the house. So it's harder to find. You really have to do a search and know I'm dropping something again, by the way. Search for that 1/12 scale or 1:1. This was mine when I was a little bitty girl, and I painted it myself with watercolors, and every time I mess with it, it comes off. But I have to find, I didn't think I lost this. I really thought this was somewhere. I'd set it aside to be glued, and it disappeared. So this was one, and the scale is really close, but it's to that too. Oh, let me get where y'all can see me. It's in the right scale. I don't know if I need two big beds though. That was my problem, and I really like the brass bed over this one, so it's gonna have to find it. I don't know. If I'm gonna probably find something else to do with it. Now, I have a lot of plastic furniture, and you can repaint it. So I was going through, I have the bicycle, but I think this bicycle is actually too small, even for the kids. So it's really not in the right scale, sadly. Bummer. But a lot of the Dollhouse furniture is way too small. So if that's, like I said, that's 1/12. This must be like, I'm not going 1/16. It's just not that, it's not like a whole bunch different, but it's just small enough that it will not work. It looks very weird. So that one is, like I said, it's actually too big. Those other beds and all are too big, but these are too small. So I'm kind of torn. I thought I had a lot of stuff to furnish this, but I don't. And so what did I do? What did I do? First of all, I checked out Bentley's house. I should put a link in on my description. But on Bentley's house, I don't think it's just called that. She did, like I said, did the Addams Family. She does a lot of furniture made out of cardboard, which is really impressive. Really, really impressive. But the furniture that she was doing for the cardboard was very whimsical anyway. And I kind of wanted mine a little bit more polished to kind of look like the real deal. What does it look like? Hang on. Well, one thing I did grab was a bag of these dowels, because you never know. Because they make good legs. They make good spindles, which I will never find. I don't think there's spindles in here for the right size. Let me look. Actually, there's not. Skewers. Yeah, those spindles are tiny. They're like skewers. I probably have to use skewers to make them work. Where's the black bags? I did grab a bunch of wood like the slats to cut down. And I'm hoping to use my scroll saw. We're not even going to talk about that. So that, and then I found these at Walmart, where I thought were pretty cute. And they're just little slats. And they're tiny. It's like, yeah, I could figure out something to do with these chairs and stuff like that. You can bend some things. I noticed I was able to bend the bamboo, but I can't imagine what I'm going to do with that. Now, next thing was wallpaper. So while I was at Hobby Lobby, I did look at their wallpaper, and it's pretty pricey. And you have to buy like a big set of it for $15. And I was looking at it, really wasn't what I wanted. when I decided to do this, my idea was to make my own wallpaper, just period. You know, to design it on what do I have? You know, all these programs I have. I have so many computer programs, but to design it and then, you know, duplicate the design and things like that. Well, then when I was at Rolling Hills yesterday, and that's a whole nother horde, I found a bag of scrapbook paper, and I grabbed it because, you know, it was cheap. Because that's how we hoard. We hoard cheap stuff. But this was not in it. But when I was putting it away, I discovered that I do have some pretty cool papers. But what I did is, after I looked in the miniature stuff, I went over to the scrapbook paper. And you know how scrapbook paper is always on sale. It's always on sale, except for the day I go. It's not on sale. But I found this. This is something in my hoard. And it has a lot of stuff in it. But it has some papers that it's way out of scale. So what I would do is scan this in and shrink it down to the scale that I wanted. So I thought, well, I think, yeah, I kind of liked it this way for wallpaper. So I found that. I thought that would look great for wallpaper. And then they have, well, this is probably give you a good example of what they have. They have it in white as well. Everything's falling on my lap. They have it in the white, and they have this beautiful color right here. They have the big paper like this. So I can scan in a lot of this paper, and oh my gosh, I love this page. I would really shrink it down though. And this is going to be beautiful. So this is where my wallpaper is coming from. I'm actually going to scan it and use a color printer to print it out. And this was a page that fell out that I had. But yeah, this is from a different set, and it's like a slick, kind of glossy. But I obviously don't want it that way on my walls. That would be kind of nauseating. But yes, I think that would be beautiful wallpaper as well. So I found that kind of cool stuff. In the meantime, if you're doing the French thing we're doing on Paris, I found I had all this paper for Paris, and France has all this French on it. So all this French writing. Let me hold my paper right. So I found all this cool paper that I had. Woohoo! For Paris. I'm so excited because I have some boxes I want to redo, and I can do that. Another idea I have a stencil. I can always stencil a design, and then I can just, you know, shrink it down and reproduce it. More and more ideas. And so here's another book that is just full of really cool stuff. Stripes. You want to do stripes? Stripes are fun. I think that would be maddening to have as wallpaper, but I actually kind of like the scale that it is. And I think I have 2 sheets of that in here. And back to this. I like this one a lot because you kind of can see, but there's writing on the walls, and I kind of love the effect it gives. So see, every room's going to obviously have black wallpaper, looks like, or something in this color scheme, which is why I'm having a little trouble with the blue-gray of the house. It's the wrong color. But and then just in my little hoards, I found like tiny books. But once again, I would just scan these in. But there's some really good. Well, it's upside down. Is that upside down? Yeah. Well, really good patterns for wallpaper. Just to give you some ideas, if you're doing one of the rooms and you're looking for to do a room and you want to do it really cool and Gothic and awesome, this is some good ideas. And it doesn't have to be that. You can use any kind of stuff for wallpaper like that. I think that's pretty cool too. So check that off. Now, the other thing they were selling was the ceiling tile look stuff. You know, it was very expensive. And I went over to the papers for the scrapbook section, and I found texture paper that actually looked like ceiling tile. But of course, it wasn't on sale, and it was kind of expensive. It's a little bit more expensive than just regular paper because, you know, it was embossed. But that's the stuff I've got to go with. It was kind of big for what I wanted, but I definitely want to go with something like that. They were out of some of the embossed, so I have my eye out on some embossed paper for that reason. So this is to give you some ideas on things you can do that's other than just go buy it at the store. Make some interesting decisions. So then I did, what is in here? What is in this bag? Oh, I found a cute stamp. My word. I found a cute stamp. I just like this stamp. It was on sale. Hobby Lobby. So I did go to Hobby Lobby, and I did buy something. So I love the plants and everything growing up the side. I also want to incorporate some plants into my greenhouse. I also want to do the one that I did before with the the Dark Academia Valentine. I want to add some stuff. So they had this in green, one thing of it in green, and it was half price. And then I found these on clearance for 74 cents. And they're silver, but I was going to paint the green anyway because I want it to be looking dead. I want it to be a bunch of different colors, like it's turning and it's dying and that kind of, you know me. So I wanted more yellows and browns in it, and then some green. So I thought, oh my goodness, I went a little nuts. I bought every one they had because, oh my gosh. But I'm pretty sure this is going to hold the paint. I'm not concerned about, it not holding paint. Not for what I'm doing with it. Fun. So more ideas, more crazy ideas. What else did I get? Oh, you know what else I got? It's kind of interesting. I got some boxes. Hey, Robin, thank you for joining me. So I got these boxes at Rolling Hills because of the pasteboard. There are, if you watch the Bentley House, I hope that's the name of that thing. She does a lot with other materials other than just wood. So these boxes would be great to cut out. Now, some of them have lids. Yay. I think these are the ones with lids. And then I had two that don't have lids. So here's my kind of idea. Sorry about all that racket. Probably going to do something with my paper, my French paper on that, but it left me with two boxes that don't have lids, and I can use the cardboard for something else. I can cut up the cardboard and use it for my projects, my buildings. Also, I've been looking for just some balsa wood, and it's not super expensive. It's not really expensive, but it ain't 55 cents either. So I bought all these for 55 cents that I can cut up. So that got me thinking about some other stuff. Hang on. And I have other stuff. Oh, do I have other stuff? Sorry about my booty. I had these that came in a goodie bag. And I'm going to cut these up for anything. I mean, just if I just need like a little piece of something. So those are going to be very useful. Liking the idea, I got to get the rest of my doilies, but I just pulled this doily out because if you watch her video, she will put like anything to give it texture. So you can cut off pieces of the doilies to give your wood texture and make it look a little bit more vintage and fancy. So I like that idea. She uses a lot of cardboard like this. I did find a couple of random sheets of heavy paper, different weighted papers that you can use for different designs and things like that. So I'm kind of putting together my stash of stuff like that. And finally, guess what I did? That's what I did. Well, I have more stuff behind me, y'all. It ain't over. I got it. I know I paid $1.25 for it. Why? Why did I do this? Unfortunately, I have to change the legs out. I don't like these legs on it. They just don't go with my tables and all that stuff. My goal is to have a dining room and to have a bathroom over here, and then the nursery and that. And I would love to add. I want to add on to my house, but I definitely need a better table. I don't want to put my kids in there. I guess my kids are going in all the kids are going in the nursery. I need a baby. I do need to get a baby. Hi, Annie. Thank you. Happy Fat Tuesday. Oh no, is it really? Is this really? I didn't decorate. Don't even talk about it. Really? Already? I am so behind. I should know this because I've been seeing all the Mardi Gras posts for parties and stuff. Yeah. So anyway, this is legs got to go, which is I need to kind of carve out some legs, but I have some ideas. I did get this piece. I am going to add a lot more on the back to make it more period. Probably pull the knobs off because they wouldn't have knobs. They have more like brass pulls. See what I can come up with. So I am going to do a little bit of remodeling. And like on this one, for example, that skirting would not be of the right period. So I'm going to probably pop that off and put some kind of feet on it. I know, right? I have these plans, Jerry, and your plans. And I don't know, I grab things on the sale. When you're standing in line, you grab things off of clearance. But there's a thing. So, hey, Billy, thanks for joining me. A little bit earlier, I showed a whole bunch of stuff that I got that was turned, like little bowls. And I have any handy. Okay, so I love these. And I was thinking of you, Billy, when I saw these. But these are so cute. Now, this, like I said, is Barbie size. This is a little kettle that somebody just turned and made these little kettles. And I didn't show this one, though. I love the little, look at this pot. That pot is awesome. I don't know what they're using for the round. I think they just turned out something round and cut it in half. but these are amazing. So they got a little handle here, or you could do like a knob handle just so you can participate. I'm digging the coffee pot. And they made a separate lid. And you're very good at this kind of stuff. These are adorable. So adorable. And then I don't know what this is for. I don't know if this was something they were just making and quit halfway through. But it's like it was going to be another pot, but it's not deep enough. It's really round. So, but more Barbie size. But I love the plates. I'm loving the plates so much. Kind of torn between the plates are so beautiful. I don't want to paint them at all. But I am thinking about putting some. They actually have a finish on them. It's just not done very well. I love the plates and the wood they used. So pretty. It was another really cool one. Oh, and they did this really weird mortise and I can't say that word. Mortise and pestle. Does not sound right. Mortar. It's a mortar and pestle. That's why I can't say it. I'm not saying it right. Oh, look what else I found in my stash of weird stuff. A clock. Yeah. Hello, Dorbs. I had so much furniture. So whenever I had my log house, I did buy a bunch of furniture at Rolling Hills. And this was many, many, many years ago. And I held on to it forever. And then finally I just sold it. And now I have, do you know how much that stuff cost? Oh my gosh. That stuff is so expensive now. Hard to find. Because like they don't make that particular brand that I had anymore. What is it doing? So one of the things Annie, busy at work, needed to break. Oh, thank you. So I did want to put a gazebo at the top. I mean, I'm sorry, what do I call it? No, greenhouse. So I want to put a greenhouse. This would make a good gazebo, though. You know what? That would kind of make more of a gazebo. I would think I would like that as a gazebo, actually. May think about that as a gazebo. But I love my roof garden, but I had seen something very similar to this online, and I love this one because it actually has a door. A lot of these don't have doors, but this one does, and it was that nasty when I bought it. So it does have the door where they can get in. That's a big door, kids. That's a big door. Thinking about using this. The one I saw on that looked a lot like, it was a little fancier, $120 something. I said, nope, can't do it. But I picked that one up on half price for $20. All right, so then here's another box of this stuff. Another notebook. So I have, this has more color in it. So where everything was black and white, I actually have some pretty colors in this. So what I was doing, Annie, hey, Bobby. So what I was doing, Annie, on my miniature, on my house, as I was going to like scan some of these in and then shrink them down and then kind of make my wallpaper, print it out and make some wallpaper for this. So that was my plan. And maybe do some weird, kind of manipulate it to make it more personalized. And so that was my idea with that. Okay. I've kind of made quite the mess down below me. So I was so hoping I would find just the right thing. And if y'all were just now joining me, so how I solved my doll situation, I was looking at the dolls. They run about $10 each on the cheap end. Like, I don't think any of them cost $10. With shipping and everything, you could get a bunch of them, maybe like a family, say, of 5. What was it? It was well, I think there's 4, family of 5, and then maybe a grandmother and grandfather. But you're still paying $70. I found ornaments to use. So these are ornaments from like the 80s, and they're like 6-inch ornaments. So those are how I'm going to repaint them and redress them. I'm going to have to glue one together because I broke its head while I was doing this video. It's a day every day. Oh, I got some flowers, but those are ugly. So I found a bunch of just random flowers to do some greenery with and do some things. What did I find in here that I liked? And I did find some smaller things that I could, cut up and use. Trying to figure out some way to make my own leaves, to make some trees for my greenhouse. I mean, of course, they had to look half dead. They have to look like they've been stuck in that greenhouse for a very long time. So my vision was to have a living family living in the house and then have ghosts in the house as well. And I wanted the house to be very dark academia. And I have my skeleton. And earlier I showed the plastic skeletons you get at the Dollar Tree. So I have one of those. And I broke it coming in the house. I dropped it and broke it. I'm dropping everything. I hate this, but that's kind of what I do. And wow, so there's that. Any questions? Do you have any questions about the plan? Yeah, I'm okay. So here's the other thing, the hoarder that I am. Two things I want to always wanted to do. And one, I mean, if I'm talking about always wanted to do. And well, of all my hobbies and things, this is like goes back to being a child and wanting to do was to have a Christmas house. And that's why I had the log cabin because I was just going to fix it. It was great because it was so little and I could just fix it up for Christmas. And which I think about, that's probably the better thing to do. But I have an opportunity to buy an amazing house, an amazing house and furniture and all. No lighting though. Nobody's lit. I got to get the lighting run because you got to have the lighting, people. Come on. Lighting's expensive. It's like I telling you, I don't think I spent that much money lighting on my own house. Those lights are really high. But if I could just figure out how to make lights out of LEDs and things, I would be halfway down the road on that one. But my random flower, yeah. So on the front, she put some like big old flowers on there. I gotta pull those off. But I do love the greenery. I mean the silvery that I bought that I can paint. I think that's going to look really good. I have a lot more random flowers too. I also bought some flowers for our spring thing, the fairy core. But I want to do a Christmas house so bad. And I have a lot of small things, lots and lots of small things for a Christmas house. And that's always been one of my things that, and now that they make so many cool miniatures, and of course, if you start shopping for the furniture, I can't afford to furnish my own house, let alone buy, for these doll houses. But this is such a good deal. I really want to do that. So yes, it would be a totally separate house. So the one that I found, it's I'm going to go look at this afternoon. It's actually in West Monroe, and she did a beautiful job because she took the kit and she added stuff. So it's not the original kit. She's actually upgraded it, and better doors, a lot of stuff, so much nicer. And I don't like the color, of course. It's like yellow, and I really don't want it yellow. So I want to kind of, green it and red it and all, the colors of my house. Actually, those I don't mind yellow. I just want a golden yellow. Does that make sense? But getting back to see if I saved it. I don't know if this will work. I've seen people pull this off, but I'm going to try. So I pulled up the house that I'm just in love with for my my goals and ambitions for this house as far as the colors. This house, let me see, is it going to show? Yeah, it shows. But I also have that round thing. Yeah, can y'all I'm sneak up now. I can sneak in. So these are some of the color choices I want for this house. I want, anyway, this is kind of a blue-gray color. I need to warm it up some, but I love that purple. Love me that purple and dark gray, black colors. So like I said, I'm getting rid of the pink. It's going dark purple, things like that. Now, this house is like this house, but with this add-on. I'm so wanting to add that on. I got to figure out how to add that on. I'm digging this house, but I think I can pull that off. That would be my build right there. I'm learning so many good tricks. So this is plastic, but I might be able, okay, that is the plastic. Like if you get a thing that's in plastic, I mean, it's so thin, it's pathetic. You can actually make your own windows out of just plastic. I mean, that's all it is that thin stuff. So I could design my own windows that are a little bit creepier, that kind of stuff. And I actually pop those out. So I don't have any trim around my windows on the inside, which is one of the reasons. And now that I have you here, I can check it. I picked this up at Walmart, not knowing if it would work. It's got to work, right? I did check out trims. Oh my gosh, y'all, these get so expensive. It all gets so expensive. It's ridiculous. I think this is the right side. Yeah, I'm tall enough. So I'm going to open it. So I'm looking for solutions that won't break the bank, especially if I'm going to go buy a whole nother house. Thing is with the other house, I mean, it's done. That house is done. No electricity, though. She didn't light it. Lighting, I'm not kidding you, is another $100. And that's not, with lights. But the kit is like $50. Just the charger. What do you call it? Transformer? Yeah. And that's if you, thank God I have a husband, that knows how to do that kind of stuff. Loves to do that kind of stuff, by the way. So I got these at Walmart and they're very thin. They're like thinner than, at first I was thinking I could use popsicle sticks and rip them down. Oh my gosh, they have these. Yeah, so that I can trim all my windows out with that. It was going to be pretty simple, but it'll work. It'll look better. So where I love that she busted out these windows, it's really awesome. I kind of am feeling I want a different window. I want more of a Gothic window. I don't want the arch necessarily, but I don't want the white, happy go, I want black, first of all. So I have some stuff I can actually print on. It's a little thinner, but I think it will work. So it's like the stuff you put down for overhead. Remember overhead projectors? Do y'all remember overhead projectors? Is that, but it is printer kind. So, I hope it'll still print. But yes, I've had lots of good stuff. Billy, here's some more of that turn stuff. Is Billy still with me? Hey, Nita, thanks for joining me. So, Billy, these were some bowls that I saw, little miniature bowls. These are like for 18-inch doll size. Love the bowls. And then I was playing around with this. I didn't know what it was. I'm like, this is a weird bowl. And I went, I got. Is this? It's a little washstand. Weird. That's a weird size. Too small. Not Barbie. Not 18. It's just somewhere. Is there a doll somewhere in between that would go with this? I don't think so. And same thing with the this little kitchen set, the little canister set. It's just a weird size. It's too big and too small. I think these are good for 18-inch dolls, though. Maybe or not. So I just found some. I loved, and then my little wagon, which I was going to put with my Santas. That's a good Santa size. Oh! Here's some adorbs that I found in my stash. This is for our other thing. I found some little mushrooms, and that was so cute because it's sideways. And see, they're like sideways. See, so when you mount them on something, they're going to be leaning into each other, I guess, or away from each other. I don't know. And I have one that sits straight up so that there's a cute little set of these. There they are. Little turned mushrooms. Oh, they're really cute though. Look at the bottom. Not as cool as the one Billy did. Bye. That's another cute little truck in my stash. I don't know why that was in there. Kind of big. So that was fun. Yeah. But back to just furniture in general. If you are a wood turner, I am challenging you to do something really like this. I mean, where they've taken the and done the it's pretty basic chair, but the little wood turning, pretty darn cute. And then they split one in half, for the arms. So, and then no, that's so cute. It would look so because it looks like the dollhouse are getting popular. I more and more so, and so. Nita, there's if you didn't hear me earlier, something with the Bentley, it's called the Bentley house or something. She took this is the Allison Jr. you're seeing the backside of, and she took this one and another house, and I think she even took another house. If I think she was kind of standing in the way, so I couldn't tell, but she did at least two houses together, and she made the Addams Family house. I think she's doing Beetlejuice now because she had I saw a thumbnail of the fireplace for Beetlejuice. So she's doing the Beetlejuice house. She makes a lot of her own furniture. If you have not seen her stuff, oh my gosh, go check it out. It's amazing. Very inspiring. Like I said, if you're doing the miniature or the Tiny Treasures Challenge and all, it does not have to be a dollhouse. It can be just something small. Yes. Yes, she is doing Beetlejuice. Yeah, because I saw the guy that's like creepy little guy that's in the thing. He's so funny. What did anything else that was fun? Oh, I did find these in my stash. I know the things I hoard. It's amazing. So glad I can find these things. I found this hat that I need to fix up because how often do you find this particular style hat? It's kind of the bonnet, but that is kind of Bridgerton. So got me a little Bridgerton hat to fix up. Back to the mini flowers, which I found some little flowers too. Little flowers for this. Yeah, what if my daughter would let me redo her current? I think you should. I really think you should. And if you we're watching about the wallpaper ideas. That was kind of something I was going to do with a calico critters. I can't say the word now. Yeah, I got to sell all my babies now because I need the money to pay for this one. But definitely after watching her do her furniture out of cardboard and just the embellishment she could, like for example, you could take, something like this and then do much prettier legs. You've got your basics there. Just make some cool legs for it. So you can have a lot of fun with this project. And I really hope you, I know that Annie opened up on her, the corners. How hard is that to make? But it was nice, already done. I know that Annie also has a little house that she got when we were shopping. Yay! But you can just do something like that where it's just a room. But like I said, we're not having to do dollhouses. That's not. But if you want to do a dollhouse, so many options, and the fact that I found so many things that are dollhouse size things that are Christmas ornaments. That was really interesting to find that and be able to use that for this challenge. But yeah, scale is going to be interesting because not all scales are the same. That was one thing I wanted. So what did I try to do today? Point out not all miniatures are created equal. They're different sizes. All the weird stuff you can use for embellishments. Oh, the other thing I started digging through today, other than my scrapbook paper to use for wallpaper, the other thing I was looking at are just like stickers I wouldn't use anyway because I just wouldn't use them. I could actually use just the shape of the stickers and paint over them to create a texture or some kind of decoration. Because this is hey, Grandma Sandy, thank you for joining me. Something like this is pretty boring for what I'm doing. That Gothic period that I want to kind of reproduce has a lot of stuff going on. A lot. So I could definitely see embellishing this with some stickers. These are like cut up that kind of create texture on something like this and then painting over it and creating this. Yes. Oh, well, let's talk about Shackman. If you want to talk about high quality stuff, there are pieces of furniture that are real. I mean, well, now, it depends on your scale again. So I noticed a lot of people were selling like the Shackman, but they really need to make sure they put what scale it is because they used to sell furniture. I mean, the furniture salesman had the miniatures, the samples. I know. And they were amazing how they were made. So you can find some of that. Things that on my wish list, I want a bathroom, but I don't want just any. I want a clawfoot tub and I want the toilet that's got, I know it's a little late. That's not the right period. Because I have, like I said, I need a toilet. I need in keeping with somewhat of the period, you would really just want a chamber pot. But I kind of would like, so maybe do that. I don't know. I might do that. I may stick with my wash stands because I do have my little pitcher and bowl set. And you can make a pitcher and you can make anything you want using all these different clays. We've got that, soft clay, the air dry clays and things like that. But the most important thing is the blue. Oh, I love that blue wardrobe. I cannot hear you anymore. Children have entered the room. Yes, I know that. Yeah, but back to that is simply not the right period. The legs are a little bit too straight. I would have to take the legs off. I know it's where it gets me being weird. This is very I almost say kind of shaker-esque, and I would have to take these legs off and put on something a little bit more ornate, or if I get my whittler out and kind of carve it. But I have a plan. Let me tell you what my plan is. Beads. I can make legs out of different size beads, either wooden or whatever I can find in my jewelry, like plastic beads or whatever, as long as you can paint them, the whole paint. And from watching her videos, you can use like the glue. Yes, 1/12. Everything I have. Thank you. That's a good question, Mike. This is 1/12. Or they call it 1 to 1. 1 foot equals 1 inch, or 1/12 scale. Is that so for my legs, for example, I can take a wire or like a heavy duty wire, and I can just run beads and some glue. And what she was using was a combination of joint compound and glue. It was like 1 to 1. And she was, I'm gonna keep looking at the wrong part of my light. I need to look right there. That's where my camera is. I'm not used to this light right here. The big hands. And so anyway, she painted it, and that helps it to hold paint. And I'm doing it again. I got to put a red dot. Look right here when you talk. So that would help to hold the paint, and it would give me that prettier leg that I want. Now the back legs won't matter because a lot of times on some furnitures they had a simple plain back leg, but they had the nicer front legs. But yeah, I do want to bring stuff that I had in. Yes. Oh well, like I'm gonna make those. However, I do have some pretty cool feet. I mean beads. I can kind of wrap my mind around doing something. Now, when you talk about ball and claw feet, I actually studied interior design and for like 1 quarter, and my I just took some classes, but because that's what I did. I just took classes. I love taking classes, but those are just on interior stuff. And it kind of it was part of my house. I had a was majoring in fashion merchandising until I woke up one day and said, you know, I really don't care about fashion. I really don't. And you just had to have known the people that were in my class were such snobs about clothing. And I was like, wow, I just realized I just want to learn how to make clothes and sew clothes and that kind of stuff. I wanted to design stuff, not necessarily sell it. So I just wasn't cut out for that, was I? But anyway, getting back to my, I love my table that it's sitting on, but you know what I want? I want a chest. I got to put a chest over here because I want to be able to stash stuff in it. Perfect world is what? A basement. I know, right? I know you're all saying, Jerry, where's your basement? You know I need one. But dang, this thing's going to be so super tall by the time. It won't be tall because I have a split level house. It's perfect for a split level house. Just saying. This house needs a basement. And that way I can put the maid down there and the washing machine. So I can stash stuff down in the basement. I think that would be fun. Yeah, you can cut them in a bandsaw. Okay, so getting back to furniture, this is a great opportunity for me to use the scroll saw. If you really look at the Gothic period, now the ball and claw is, and don't get me started on all that. Gothic revival has a certain look, and I'm kind of leaning towards Gothic revival because this is a Gothic revival style house. It's very simple. But Gothic revival is going to have a lot more ornate, but how much fun is that going to be to put together? So that's why I was showing the picture of all the stuff going on. If you look at Gothic revival furniture, it's insane. And it would be so much fun to make. It would, and I kind of was looking at some ideas on how I could do that. I think adding beading would help simplify it for me. But if you are a turner and you can turn tiny little things, I would say not even okay, in building, I'm going to use it as an example because you're really awesome at building. And I do love the bowl. And we'll go back and check the replay because I love live edge stuff. You know me, I just love wood. I just love wood. So I could see doing a chair to get some really good details. You could do a chair for an 18-inch doll where you can really incorporate a lot of the turning and stuff like that and carving some of those feet. But that is actually a different period. The claw feet is actually a different period than what I was doing. Also, Queen Anne, which you see a lot of. Really? My phone's ringing. You see a lot of Queen Anne in the doll. We see all the doll stuff. In fact, the house that I'm looking at is more Queen Anne. So which is great because I can throw all my Queen Anne stuff in there and then kind of work more of my Gothic revival type stuff for this house. But yes, I can definitely see the Christmas house being Queen Anne. And that was like, if I do a Christmas house, I really need to start on it in July. This one, I'm going to do a room, at least one room of this for the miniatures. And then work on Christmas. And to put this in my son. This is going in my dark academia room. Come on. It's perfect. And it had the mirror kind of reflecting. It's going to be great. Yeah, just look. Ball and claw is William and Mary. Absolutely. Yeah. So when you get down, it's all about whoever the king and queen was and all that. But that's yeah, what I can't even think. Yeah. So just go look up Gothic revival, and it's like really so my furniture really doesn't go with Gothic revival because this one's sort of on the Queen Anne style legs right there. But they did do a lot of fun stuff like this too, where Queen Anne was really clean, really smooth, flowed, lightweight, because they had just come off of this really heavy Chippendale. That was Chippendale, by the way. That really, that top style furniture, that really, or the designer, very heavy duty stuff. And then the other thing, if you really want to do this right now, I'm like right into flooding myself out with my light, I see, is that is a weird thing. Something like this is actually shaker. That's so you have American Gothic, and you have American style furniture, and then you have, the more European, English, 17th. Yeah, thing. Billy's gonna be good at this. I'm just saying, Billy, you please, please, please do one thing, just one thing. So yeah, I want to see what I can do. I mean, what's that brand? Imperial style is another thing you'll see a lot of, and it's got the scrolls, but it's also part of like the Queen. I don't know. Furniture does this like merge into another furniture line, period. So yeah, and then which is fine because the thing's probably been up a while. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to kind of look like, well, this house has been around for years, so it's going to have the antiques in it, but I don't want anything really modern in it. I want it to stay like frozen in time at some point. But I'm looking forward to this. I think I've always wanted to do this, and this is what a great opportunity to do it and share it with you. And I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. So I hope you will stick with me. And I said I wasn't gonna keep it too long because I want to go to West Monroe and check out that other house. And it is let me pull it up. Hang on real quick. I'm gonna show you the house I'm looking at. But anyway, I just love this house. I'm just loving it so much. Only thing I hate is that the color is more of a golder color, and it probably needs to be something. This is really blue, a lot of blue in it, but I think I can warm it up. I think I got the skills. Also, it's kind of bummed because, and I don't know what came with her kit, but this kit I noticed has all these corbels, and this has no corbels, but I have an idea how to make them. And once again, I'm full of ideas. I can get molding and make corbels out of if I wanted to, but yeah, this has lots of corbels. So I'm probably better off because now I will try to make my own. All right, it's on Facebook. Hang on. So the house is called the San Franciscan. Let me see, I can blow it up. So that's the house that from the kit. But what she did, sure, picture, get all this. Tons of furniture. It's amazing what she did. It's really yellow. I know. I'm not opposed to that yellow. I could probably work with it. I had to get to my house to see. Definitely needs green. Lots of green. Because I can see coming in and just touching up some areas with green and create a beautiful Christmas house. It's actually not as big as this one. I mean, it's as big. It's big. It's got 6 rooms. I mean, it's got that going. Oh, it's deeper. No, it's not. Oh, it actually is deeper because it doesn't have a porch. So this one has a porch, and that eats up part of the space. Except for over here. So it's as deep as this side. Yeah, and it's really cute. And it's got an oval mirror, and this is what kills me. Oh, I want my thing at the top. My I forgot what that's called. I can't think right now. That attic entrance thing that I definitely want to put around. I want a octagonal window in. I say round. It may be hexagon. I don't know. But I want to put one of those windows in it. That would be my biggest. I wanted to remodel and like get the windows and put some windows on the side because you never see that. And I wanted windows on the side because I want to light it up. And I thought it would be fun to light it up. Okay. Oh my gosh, Annie. So I was talking to my son and I said, I need to get that. I need to get that wallpaper because you can download that print. So you can download the wallpaper from the Haunted Mansion. And I said, won't that be cute for one room? I said, just for fun to throw it in there. So I was thinking about the baby's room, maybe doing a room in that wallpaper. And this is what's going to be. That's awfully big for a bathroom. That was my only other thing. That's huge for a bathroom. I may not have a bathroom. I may just get me one of those tubs and keep it down in the basement. You just bring it up whenever you need it. You have the one you put in the kitchen. Yeah, I did see it. I actually saw the Victorian tub that you sit in. Yes, you can download and print it out. So I'm tempted to do that for one of my rooms. Yeah, but I did. I mean, I'm really excited about how well the stuff from the scrapbook papers are going to be. There's so many choices. I'll grab my notebook here, and that I had this, just had it. But I'm kind of digging this one because it's already kind of faded, and then you can't really tell. It's got words in the background. I just love that, and to shrink it down to the right scale. And it's French. It's got French words all over it, but no, you won't be able to tell when I shrink it down. And I love that. I actually kind of loving that for the dining room. And you know how it is. I can get on here and can play with the colors. I can make it a little bit richer and things like that. I know. Oh my gosh, it's full of good prints. Full of it. So this is going to be a great challenge. I am hope. Oh, by the way, for everyone who's been announcing the tiny, your take on tiny treasures, I am a co-host in that. I never get mentioned. And David Owens is co-hosting the ones with found objects, which is a story of my life. I find lots of weird stuff. But anyway, thanks for watching. And I better go. My husband's like, you said 3 o'clock. Yeah, yeah. So I appreciate you doing this. And if you decide that you want to take on a challenge like this, then let me know. So Annie, I don't know if you caught it earlier that this is the house that Bentley used for her Adam's family, but she added another house to the side. And I've actually seen the house on Facebook, except it's in Jefferson, Texas, and it's huge, and it was water damaged. And because it had like a storage and it rained on it, I said, perfect, because I was just going to cut it down and do something different. You know, I was going to make it fit. It's huge. So I don't need the whole house. I just need part of it. I know. So I got it. Oh, Jefferson's wonderful. I would love to go to Jefferson. I'd go right now if I could, because I like Jefferson, Texas. So that's me. That's me today. Thank you so much. And if nothing, do like a little part. And oh, please, I'm really challenging. I am challenging Robin to get her scroll saw out. Check out these patterns. You don't have to make it to this 112. You can do 1/6 is what they consider Barbie size. And I can't even remember what it's bigger than that. If you're going to do something like for an 18-inch doll, do it. If you're worried about cutting something that small. And I hope some people like, Stace will make something like this and to see what you can do as far as making something really cool. Just that would be awesome. Show off your skills. Anyway, I know you can do it. And Billy, turn me some stuff. Turn something. I don't care. Turn it. All right. Thanks for watching again. And hey, don't forget, hit that like button. And subscribe if you haven't, which I think you're all good subscribers. If you're just now watching me, hey, hit that notification button, because sometimes I do make pretty good videos. And I go live on Tuesdays at 2 o'clock. So before you schedule it, 2 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time and 6:30 on Thursdays. Bye. Bye, everybody. Thanks again for coming.